There are so many videos on YouTube on how to start virtual assistants, how to become a virtual assistant. Some are better than others, but there are so many videos, and that can easily lead to getting overwhelmed if you want to start virtual assistants. And that is why I decided to make this video, because in this video I'm going to give you a realistic start-off plan that you can follow to start your virtual assistant career. I'm going to assume you are a complete beginner. Maybe you just heard the word virtual assistants, you don't know what it is, and you do a little research and you figured out, yeah, virtual assistant are people who work online and you want to do it. And this startup plan is going to be exactly for you. And I'm going to make it as realistic as I can, so that you will have a realistic expectation of what you can do, how you can start, and how long it will take you really to get started. And the first thing that I'm going to advise you to do is find a pen and a piece of paper. If you prefer to use a computer, often a notepad, and take some note. Take some note of the steps that I'm going to give you, so that it will be easier for you to start implementing when we get to the end of this video. And the first step really is getting into the right mindset. If you really want to become a virtual assistant, understand that this is something like a career that you are going to build. Let's say you decide you want to become a nurse, you want to work in a hospital. Are you going to wait until you get a job offer? Then you say, okay, great, now I get the job offer, let me go to school. Then you go to school and you get a degree or certificate that will allow you to give you the capability to do the job. It doesn't work like that. You have to first go to school, spend all the time you need into learning the thing, getting the certificate, even though nobody will promise you that as soon as you get the certificate, you are going to get a job and start getting paid. And this is the kind of mindset that I want you to approach virtual assistants. And keep it in your mind, it's not something that you can start today and by the end of the month start making money. It is going to take you some time into learning everything, start implementing, doing everything right, and eventually figure things out. But the promise is, if you really make it, it can change your life. The first step really in starting virtual assistants is understand virtual assistants, understand what virtual assistants do and who is exactly a virtual assistant, and how can you learn and understand this. When you start working as a virtual assistant, even before you find your first client, you are going to keep coming across things that you don't know on a continuous basis. So no matter what you come across that you don't understand, you don't know what to do, do not wait until you find a coach or you find a mentor that is going to tell you this is what this thing means, or this is what you need to do, or click here or click that. You have to have a problem-solving mindset, and you have to develop an interest in learning. Almost anything that you want to learn, you can find on YouTube for free. So I told you the first step, which is understanding what virtual assistants do and who exactly is a virtual assistant. How can you learn this and understand it? Go to YouTube and search for what is virtual assistant. Go to Google, ask ChatGPT, and do a research and find this, understand who virtual assistant is and understand what virtual assistant do. If you do it this way, eventually by the time we get to the end of this plan, you are going to have a research skills, and this is going to help you a lot in your career as a virtual assistant. And the next step after you understand what virtual assistant do is figure out the type of skills that you can offer to client, or the type of skills that you want to offer to client. Because virtual assistant offers specific type of skills. There are administrative virtual assistant. An admin virtual assistant, they offer services like administrative support if someone hire you to be an administrative assistant in an office, or their personal assistant. The type of work that you are going to be doing for them is a lot similar to what you will be doing for someone if they hire you to be their administrative virtual assistant. There are niche focused virtual assistant. Niche focused VAs are the ones who choose a specific niche and they offer their services in that niche. If I decided I want to offer my services only to online coaches, I am an online coach virtual assistant. If I am offering my services only to real estate agents and real estate investors, I am a real estate virtual assistant. So there are niche focused VAs and there are specialized virtual assistant. Specialized virtual assistant, they choose a specific service and specialize in it. If I choose maybe bookkeeping and I become a bookkeeping virtual assistant, then I specialize in bookkeeping. If I choose social media and I specialize in social media virtual assistants, then that is my specialty. So at this point also, you should do a research, understand the type of virtual assistant, understand the type of services that virtual assistant offer, and write it down on a paper. What I advise you to do is, if you understand general virtual assistant, specialized virtual assistant, and niche focused virtual assistant, you decide which one you want to be. Then you have a page and you start doing another research to list out services that you are going to offer to client based on what you choose. If you choose to become an administrative virtual assistant, then list out 10 to 15 services that you are going to offer in that category. You can offer data entry, email management, calendar management, travel assistance. All of these are under general virtual assistants. If you choose specialized virtual assistants, what can you specialize in? If you choose bookkeeping, maybe you have to learn a software like Zoho Books. Maybe you have to learn other accounting software. If you choose to become a real estate virtual assistant or any other niche, what are the services that those people in that niche need? So you have to list it out all. Figure out what you want to do and do a research and list out 10 to 15 services that you can start offering to client. When you figure out the skills that you want to offer to client, the next step is learn that skill. Learn those skills. It might take a month, it might take 2 months. It doesn't matter how long it will take. You have to put in all the time you need into learning all of those services and all of those skills that you want to offer to client. You have to learn and be comfortable and be confident that if someone hires you to work with those kind of software and this kind of skill, you are going to deliver a good job. And the next thing after you are confident you can do the job is package yourself. You can create a portfolio in Canva. You can create a personal website if you can. You can create social media account and optimize it so that anyone who finds you, no matter where they find you, they are going to know exactly what you do and they are going to know how you can help them. And the next thing after you brand yourself is to start looking for client. There are many places to find client. You can find client on freelancing platforms. Those are Upwork, Fiverr, Freelancer.com. You can find client via networking. If you have network on LinkedIn and you are connecting with people on LinkedIn, you are in Facebook groups that your potential client hang out in, you can find client there. You can find client also through cold outreach, meaning direct pitching to client. You do an internet research, you create a list of potential client, people who are going to benefit from your services, and you start sending them an email or social media message to introduce yourself and introduce how you can help them do whatever you choose to offer to them. So in a broad sense, these are the steps that you should follow in order to start virtual assistants. And one thing that you should really keep in mind is this will take time and different things work for different people. And there is no really shortcut that I can give you, do this and you will be able to figure it out in 2 weeks. It doesn't work like that. If you take note of all the steps that I currently mentioned, then each step might take you a week, it might take you a month. It doesn't matter. No matter how long it will take you, you have to put in the time into doing it right. And I'm sure you are going to have a lot of questions in each step. And if you have any single question, you can post your questions in the comment. I will try my best to respond. But in most cases, you are going to have to be comfortable with doing a research, finding tutorials on YouTube, watching tutorials, practicing via tutorials, and learning. If you wait until you find someone who will sit down with you and show you, click here, do this, do that, you are just not going to make it as a virtual assistant. Because I've been working online since 2019, and I still come across things that I don't know how to do. Just last night, I was working for a client and I want to log into their Calendly account, and it turns out they log in with Gmail instead of username and password. And I have to give them an instruction on how to unlink their Gmail and set a password and username instead. I don't know how to do that. I never done it. I have to search on YouTube for a tutorial, watch the tutorial, understand how to do it, and I give them the link to the tutorial. So if you are to succeed as a virtual assistant, you must be comfortable with going to YouTube, searching, finding tutorials, and learning there. This is what is going to help you figure it out. And the final thing that I'm going to leave you with is, if you really want to make it as a virtual assistant, you have to be willing to do whatever it takes to make it work. There are going to be so many reasons why you cannot do it. Maybe you have a whole lot of disadvantages. Just try as much as possible to figure it out. If you have this mindset, problem solving mindset, then all of those challenges, all of those reasons why you cannot do it now, you are going to be able to think about it, figure out a solution, and actually do it. It is competitive, it is hard, but many people are finding their first client every day. So if you also want to find your first client someday, then you have to get to work now. And if you want a more detailed explanation into all of this, I explain it in more detail in this video. So go ahead and check it out, and I will see you there.